German Analysis, this is Indonesia, Johann, referee from Maldives, Table 3, Alexa Ashley from Serbia versus Poland for Chua, referee from Maldives, at table number 4, Greece Dimitrios versus Poland, Wojtek, referee from Maldives, Mantas. Table number 5, Bade Awati from Kuwait versus Czech Republic, Roman Hebel, referee from Chinese Taipei, Chua. Table number 6, Philippine Bernie Regalario versus Austria, Mario Lee, referee from Maldives, Safaf. At table number 7, Chinese Taipei, Ho Ping Chun versus Philippine Jeffrey Ignacio, referee from Maldives, Murfa. At table number 8, Singapore Alasia versus Sanjin Eleanor Sober from Bosnia. At TV table, Philippine Johann Chua and Philippine Carlo Biado, referee from Malaysia, Hohmann Analysis.
Very.
You may begin. Raise the pen of the break. Go up to all players. Put your hand to the players. Thank you.
Very warm welcome back. Good evening and welcome to the MPBA National Billiard Centre here in Malé in the Maldives. It's day 4 of the Maldives Open 10-ball championships. This is a last 32 match between Carlo Biado and Johann Chua. And what a match it promises to be. Looking forward to this since I saw the fixture was on last night. Cannot wait to see this. We start with a dry break. It is a race to 10 all the way to the final. Our referee for this one, Mohammed Fairuz, just removing the template rack. It is alternate break. No golden break or early 10s. You can make a 10, of course, as a combo, but it will be re-spotted. 3 foul rule applies. And, of course, it is call shot, although you don't have to call the obvious ones. That job is left to me. I'm Mark Wright. Good evening. Great to be here with you guys for this. Really, really looking forward to it. And there's lots of other matches going on also. And I'll keep you up to date with those, with the latest scores. But if you want to, you're more than welcome to go and have a look at the MPBA YouTube channel. And all of the games I've just mentioning are available on there as well to watch, all free to watch. So let's enjoy it. Here we go, Carlo Biado at the table. 40 years old, the Black Tiger. US Open champion 2021, and Aloysius Yap, who was his opponent in that final, is also playing at the moment. He's up against Sanjin Perlevanovic. That's another mouth-watering prospect. If you fancy watching that one, head on over to the YouTube channel, have a search for it. All the games are on there. So just a little bit of work to do here. He needs to come down the right hand side of the table. So he's going to have to play with some right hand spin here off the top rail. That's okay. I must say, I'm loving that shirt he's got on. Predator sponsored player. Plays with the 3-1-4. Expected a lot of viewers from the Philippines for this one, and you never disappoint us, guys. Huge pool fans. We're watching two of your idols. Didn't want that. So the first mistake from the Black Tiger. These two, of course, were part of the World Team winners in Austria 2 years ago, along with Rubelin Armit. Became world champions, beating Team Great Britain, Jason Shaw, Kelly Fisher and Darren Appleton. The kick, as you'd expect a Filipino to do, but he has left a 6-9 combo for Johann. Nickname Bad Koi. Years younger than Carlo, just 32 years old. From Bacolod. Good friends with James Aranis. James eliminated yesterday. Johann and James, you will remember, won the World Cup of Pool last year, memorable final. Nicely judged. Now I can play this one of two ways. Can just play with some inside, some right hand spin, or can come around the back of the tent. He does like to stroke the ball around. Doesn't hold back, does he? Doesn't shy away from the big shots. He's a man for the big occasion. And this is, well, it's a big occasion. 32,000 on offer for the winner. Beautiful stroke. Finishing absolutely perfect on this 10 ball. So the mistake from Carlo it's going to cost him. First rack to Bad Koi. Now let's see if we've got any early leaders around the arena. Mario He is up against Bernie Regalario. And Bernie has taken the first rack in that match. And he's well on his way to taking the second as well. Sanjin Perlevanovic lost the opening rack to Aloysius Yap. the defending champion, Ko Ping Chung, in action against Geoffrey Ignacio. No score for you on that one just yet. Rep number 2, the Black Tiger, looking to pounce. Good solid break. Controlled the cue ball well. Made the 9 in the side. 6 ball went slightly high. Now he does have a thin cut on this 1 ball. Available into both bottom left and right hand corner pockets. Needs a little bit of extra height. He's not the tallest man. He's one of the nicest men on the tour though. The other players look up to him. This has gone wrong. Needs a favourable kiss. Well, he's okay. Waves his hand to Johann to say, yep, I got a little bit lucky there, mate. Now, who can you spot around the tables there? There's Alexei Pachel from Serbia. There's Wojtek Shevchik. And Dimitris Lukatus. Bernie Regulario has taken a 2-0 lead now over the Panda, Mario He. Didn't want to touch that 6 ball. Didn't want it going anywhere near the 4. So I might have to just dig down slightly here. Maybe not. You can just play with some right hand spin. He's going to have to come round 3 rails here to get to the 5 into the bottom right hand corner. Carlo, always a joy to watch. Knows exactly where that cue ball's going. Just like that. Draw with right hand spin. I'm a huge fan of Carlo Biado, watching him in Puerto Rico a couple of years ago. Really is a joy to watch. The things he can do with a cue ball. His safety's brilliant. His kicking even better. Doesn't hang around, sees the shot, gets down and plays it. Just slightly the wrong side of this 7 ball. So he's going to draw off this back rail, back out for the 8 into the bottom left. Beautifully done again. Perfect. Stop the cue ball dead for the simplest of tens to level the match at 1-1. It's game on, guys. I've just seen Torsten Hohmann to my left now. I know he was commentating on a lot of matches here last year. I'll see if I can grab him for a few racks. Bad koi. It's a break. Oh, needs that 4 to hold up. Did it? Did it hold up in time? I'm not sure. He was urging that 4 to stop. Well, he may have a little piece of it. I'm not sure if he's got the potty angle. You never know with Johann. Three ball, I think, is okay. And it will be the next ball. The 2 went down on the break. So deciding on a push out here. Now, is he pushing to a jump shot? Yeah, he is. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets this back, because the jump is on, but how does he get to the 3? He's going to have to play a jump draw here. There's a lot of distance between the balls. Yeah, gives it straight back. Not interested. So let's see what Johann had in mind. He's obviously gone for the jump stick straight away. That's the Q-Tech Propel. A long way off of that one, so wise decision there from Carlo Biado to give it back. Ball in hand. Now a good chance. Mario Heat has taken the 3rd rack. He trails Bernie Regularo 2-1. Sanjin Perlevanovic and Eloisa Schiap are also 1-1. Now defending champion Ko Ping Chung is all square 1-1 with Filipino Jeffrey Ignacio. Beda Alohadi has just taken a 2-0 lead over Roman Hibla from Czech Republic. Dimitri Lukautos from Greece has taken the first rack against Wojtek Szewczyk. Twice across. Needs to get this right. Well, that shows you that's not how he played it. He wanted to come beyond the 7, but he'll take it. Really are honest, these players. If they don't get the shot as they played it, they still like to show us where they wanted it. And you can draw across the face of the 10 ball from the 6. Once again, there's that angle that you'll often see pool players get, centre of the table. Perfect angle on the 8, just to stun off the side rail, back down for the 9 into the bottom left. Well, he's under-hit that one by quite a bit, so a bit more work to do here. Very fidgety player, isn't he? Always move, even when he's playing the shot, his fingers moving on the bed of the cloth on his bridge hand. The tap-in finger. I remember Tony Mio back in the 80s, the great snooker player from London, used to do exactly the same with the middle finger tapping it. No dramas, recovers the situation. This 10 ball then for a 2-1 lead, and in it goes. Now I'm going to see if I can get Torsten Hohmann over here to do a few racks with us. Well, I'm delighted to be joined by Torsten Hohmann, another tick off my bucket list. I've always wanted to do a bit of commentary with one of the legends of the game. Hi Torsten, how are you?
Good evening, I'm recovered from last night.
It was quite the match, wasn't it?
Yeah, let's not talk about it. I guess that's why I'm here, we can talk about it.
No, it's not why you're here. You're here for your expertise in calling the shots. I need some help here.
I think you're the expert.
Very nice of you to say so. So, Carlo, Biado, Johann, Chua. Good matching prospect, huh?
Yeah, surprised to see them play so early in the tournament.
Decent break. Controls the cue ball-ish in the 1. Tell us what you see here, Torsten. Is it a layout you fancy if you were coming to the table now?
Yeah, the one thing, even, you know, I don't play that much 10 ball throughout the year, but seeing the difference as we, you know, come from all these 9 ball events, like the big difference is the break, and you actually get way more shots playing 10 ball than a 9 ball with the configurations that we play.
Yeah, that the 9 on the spot obviously, but the break box is making a huge difference, isn't it? With the 9 ball and trying to control. You can't really control the white, right? It's kind of running free, isn't it?
So I wonder, because you do a lot of commentary, where do you think is more skill involved, in a 9 ball break or a 10 ball break?
Well, it's a good question, because the 10 ball break is notoriously hard to make a ball if you're not using the template, if you're using triangle. Then again, if you don't make a ball, it's more open with 10 ball, I would say. 9 ball, you're not always getting a shot on the lowest ball, but of course there's more luck in the 9 ball break because you've got the chance of making the early 9 as well, so there's pros and cons for it, I guess.
So as I recall, I just came here, so it was Fedor playing on the table?
He was.
Were you commentating on it?
I was.
And how many break and runs did you see?
2.
That's it?
I believe it was 2 and 1 reverse dish for Fedor, yeah. He started off really well, but yeah, there weren't many break and runs. There was lots of mistakes. It wasn't the Fedor that we saw in Saudi, for example. Started off very well, but then the break kind of left him a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough when you come from such a victory where, I mean, he was pumped the entire week, right? One close match after another, and it's natural to let loose a little bit, but I think the more he progresses in the tournament, the more of the real Fedor you'll see.
Yeah, I hope so, because he's one of my favourite players to watch. I don't know about you, Torsten. I mean, to me, he's on a different level at the moment. Okay, you've got Joshua Filler as well, of course, FSR, who maybe isn't as playing as well as he was. Ko Ping Chung is still in this tournament, defending champion. Still a very, very hot prospect as well for this tournament, I think. So how's the diving? Have you done any diving since you've been here? I know you like a bit of scuba.
I got a good sunburn, I can say that, but no scuba diving yet.
I saw Alex Kazakis. He's got terrible sunburn as well. Catches you out, doesn't it? So it's okay on this 7. Could just draw down, I guess, Torsten.
Yeah, thanks for bringing me here, because I remember from last year, I had the pleasure doing a few matches in the commentary box, and almost every single match ended with a hill thriller. Like they wanted to keep me in the chair for as long as possible.
Yeah, well, Fedor one went close to that. We've had a few close matches on the TV table so far. There's been a few, and I'm not going to go into the one that finished last night. Are you still enjoying it though? Are you enjoying competing still?
Well, you know, it's always fun if you're winning. And I wouldn't be still competing if I thought that I didn't have it in me. It's just, you know, you need a bit of confidence, and it would be nice to win a few good matches and gain that confidence, because I feel in practice I'm just as good as I've always been, but you know, competing against these monsters, I'm just not as relaxed anymore, and my stroke, you know, is not as clean, and it shows. So
when
I do enjoy,
when the pressure's
of course,
on,
especially, you know, playing a nice tournament with great conditions, audience, you know, coming here, the association does such a terrific job. You know, all the little details from how they treat the players, the referees, how the venue looks. It's just a pleasure to be and play, and I want to perform. Well, so that keeps me going, and there's so many beautiful events on the horizon that makes me get motivated again. You know, if you've achieved almost everything in your career and you know, you're getting older, it's easier to let loose. All these guys that are in their early 20s, all they want to do is practice and win. You know, it's a different energy, but I still believe I can get that back up. Give myself at least another 5 years.
I mean, one of the events coming up now, it surely motivates you in your hometown of Fulda. I mean, how special is that to have an event in your hometown? It must feel great, doesn't it?
Especially the magnitude, you know, with the level of production that, you know, Matchroom comes to my town and is well received. We had really good attendance. Even on day 3, I think the place was sold out. I expect this year will be the same, and just very special. You know, my mom comes and watches me, all my friends, and I get to see and hang out with my best friends as well. So, and of course it's wonderful to receive positive feedback. The players tell me they enjoy it, they enjoy the town, you know, how close everything is. And we have the club, the SG Johannesburg, my home pool club. They put in a lot of effort in cooperation with the city. So we have a lot of support. I hope it's going to grow into something even bigger than it is now.
So we're watching a couple of Filipinos here now. I know you've got ties to the Philippines as well. I believe you have a property in the Philippines, is that correct?
I do still have a condo, yeah. And I miss it. You know, I spent quite a few years in the Philippines. And I hope with the Reyes Cup, maybe there will be another big open event in the future. Because I remember even losing the World Cup of Pool final with Ralph Souquet against Bustamante and Reyes was one of the best experiences of my life, even though we lost. And it's just, they're just so enthusiastic, you know, the Filipinos, and they have the talent. So it'd be nice to have a tournament there again and get a taste of that energy again.
Yeah, there's nothing like the Philippines. I've been there a couple of times, and the energy that's just around the place, and everywhere you go you hear the click of balls and all the open air pool rooms. It really is fantastic, and I think that's a huge thing of why there's so many youngsters get into the sport at an early age, because it's kind of right in their faces, you know, like in Europe we play street football or something. It's kind of like street pool to them. They're just walking around on any street corner. You can see pool being
everyone's
played.
game.
Oh, mistake.
It's a good tester here for Carlo.
Yeah. Digging down as well. Can he stun past the 10, do you think?
It's hard to see the angle. I think if he makes it, he'll get a shot the way he's queuing.
Maybe having a rethink, Torsten here.
There's no shot clock?
No,
even
no
on
shot
the
clock.
TV table?
No. And I really miss the shot clock. I think that's what got Fedor in the last one a little bit. His opponent wasn't the quickest we've ever seen. Aria was very, very slow. And, oh, what a shot he's played there.
Beautiful shot here.
Wow. Got up, reset himself, got down and just smashes it home. Tremendous shot.
And then also how the Cuba came in between the 8 and 10, the position.
Fabulous. There's a lot of talent just looking around this room now. There's superstars everywhere you look, Torsten. I've even got one next to me. Where's your good friend Ralph Souquet? Is he playing in Europe at the moment? What's he up to?
Well, I think he's sick. I was really trying hard to persuade him to come here, and he wanted to play. It's just, you know, he just spent almost a month in the Middle East, and it's quite expensive to travel here. And plus he got sick, he told me just today. So hopefully he can be back next year.
Yeah, he's a man that likes to keep fit. I know he does a lot of running. I know you keep yourself in shape as well.
Yeah, I have my moments.
I remember doing a little video about you for a birthday message, I think it was once, about your dancing pec muscles.
My man boobs.
Your man boobs, yes. I wasn't going to say that. I'll leave it to you.
It's not so easy than it looks here. Because if he ends up on the wrong side of the 8, it's tough to get up to the 10, to the 9.
Where are you going next? Where's your next stop?
I go to New York. Still,
That's home right there.
that's home. New York City, it's been my home. You know, Amsterdam Billiards.
Love Amsterdam Billiards. I went there once. Got looked after by Michael Jednak.
Yeah, it's a very special place.
It's a very special place. Very historical, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, and still after over 30 years, the place is as busy as ever. And, you know, I teach there. And every 3 months there's a new season for the leagues. And every time when there's a briefing, when Sean Morgan or John Lehman has a briefing with the newcomers, I see 60, 70 at least new faces.
wow.
Every 3 months. So I don't think there's any place like that anywhere.
Yeah, and of course Steinway is no longer as
Yeah,
well.
very sad. You know, that was a home for many players in New York.
Earl Strickland was one of them, right? That was his home
For a while,
room, wasn't it,
I
for a
think
while?
he moved to New Jersey and became the house pro of Sandcastle.
Sandcastle, yeah. Ed Ladawi's place, is it?
But Steinway has so much history when it comes to tournaments for us. You know, with Darren's events and, you know, when Charlie did the straight pool tournament. And then the Ginky Memorial and all these tournaments. It's a beautiful out by Carlo. 4-1.
Yeah, he's on fire, isn't he? Now, you mentioned straight pool there. I know you're a big fan of the game. It's one of your favourite games.
You know, when you grow up in Germany, that's what you play. And, you know, I had Oliver Ortmann, Thomas Engert, Ralph Souquet, and so many more straight pool monsters in Germany. Of course, that's very inspiring. And
When did you first pick up a cue, Torsten? Do you remember?
well,
What got you into it?
I joined the club in Fulda in '92. And the person that opened the door, just walking in, he asked me at the end of the day, when will I see you again? You know, expecting me to say, I don't know, we'll see. I said tomorrow. So I immediately fell in love with the game. And then the club became my my home. You know, I would sometimes sleep there. So it's nice that where everything started for me, so that the world comes, you know, to me
It's gone
through
full
the
circle.
through
Yeah,
the European Open.
fantastic. And then
Should
after,
come, Mark.
yeah, I would love to. I really, really want to
Get out
start
of
coming to
Thailand
some of the other events. I'm definitely going to go to Hanoi because it's on my doorstep.
Yep.
As you know, I live in Thailand now, so it's very, very close for me. You know, travelling from Asia to Europe, it's, as you know, you've done it plenty of times yourself. It's quite a way to go, and it's not cheap either, is it? It's expensive now to travel. One of the worst times to travel, I think it is. It's just become a little bit of a chore.
Would that be something for you to actually commentate on in a Metrum event?
Yeah, of
something that
course,
You'd
I'd
be
love it.
open to?
Of course, I'd be open to it. I mean, I've done a few of the ranking events, the smaller ranking events from Matchroom. I think I've done 3 so far. I done the one in Manila actually at the International Open. That was a Matchroom ranking event at Sharks. Yeah, of course I'd be open to it. I just want to commentate on as many different disciplines of the sport as possible. I'm actually off to Morocco after here for snooker, for the African Snooker
kidding.
Championships. Wow. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I've got a couple of weeks at home. Then I'm off to Finland. Are you going to Finland for the town max
You know,
rank?
I would love to, but it's the week before the European Open, and that's one of the few chances I actually get to go home and see my family and my friends. Because a day after the European Open, we already have to go to the States for a tournament in New York and the US Open. So I might skip on Finland to just you know, practice and see my folks. It's tough, you know, there's almost too many tournaments.
Well, 5 years ago, there wasn't enough, right?
Yep.
Now, but you can never say there's too many. At least you can, if you can pick and choose which ones you want to go to. It's a nice problem to have, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a nice problem to have if you have deep pockets.
You must have earned a few quid over the years. Come on, a few Deutschmarks.
Yeah, you know, there's taxes and expenses, but yeah, I'd rather have too many events than too few.
I suppose we better talk about this rack a little bit, Torsten. We've kind of got sidetracked. You keep talking about other things all the time.
That's okay.
I'm blaming you. But no, just going back to this venue and the tournament, and it's a beautiful. I was really surprised actually when I walked in here to see the quality of the venue and the beautiful arena, isn't it? Nice LED arena. It's nice and cool in here as well.
Yeah, I remember coming here. I forgot what year it was. I was actually visiting a friend in Sri Lanka, and that was the reason why I was asked to come here, because it's only an hour away. And my friend that I was visiting back, I think like 7-8 years ago, he's coming tomorrow to visit me here. Yeah, he's the executive chef of the Shangri-La in Colombo. But that's why I was brought in here. And I did a little bit of training with the national team, and I was surprised. You know, of course, Maldives, you think sun, beach, resorts, honeymoon, and then to see this little clubhouse that had 4 tables back when I was here reminded me of one of the cute little clubs we have in all over Germany. Just like Fulda when I started, it was very similar. And now they've grown into this facility, and there's a good chance that they're expanding any further. I think it's just very professional, everything that they do. And they just deserve so much more attention here in the Maldives, and I hope eventually they'll produce some players that can compete and you know, make the country proud. They deserve it.
Yeah, very well said. And they're such lovely people as well. There were 16 Maldivian players that started out in this tournament. They absolutely gave their all. They loved it. We had one qualify through to the last 64, which was really, really good, and we got to see him play on the TV table. I think the one thing lacking, of course, is enough tough opposition for those players to grow, because you still need to play better players than yourselves all the time, don't you? But it's good to see that they are starting to, well, the big plans for this place, aren't there? They talk of being 5 stories and a level just for junior players. Is it something you'd like to do, come back here and do some coaching on a regular basis?
Well, I was asked a few years ago, and I suggested Ralph Eckert to be the coach, which they actually hired for a while. I think he's just the right person with the experience to develop and, you know, help them build a proper system.
And a really nice guy as well, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's why I suggested him. But what amazes me the most is also how many recreational players Male has. You know, we have how many tables here? 10 tables?
We have 9 in here, and there's 3 next door in the...
Well, there's another location in Hululmale, just the island where you land when you arrive. They have another facility with 6 tables, and there are over 3,000 recreational players in Male.
That
which
many?
Is, just mind-boggling, in my opinion. You know, the whole island is as big as or smaller than Manhattan.
Do you know what got me when I walked in here? The first thing I thought, oh, this arena that they've made is good. You know, the way they've sectioned it all off from the tiered seating where we're sat. I didn't realise until the following day that these are actually all lockers, and lockers underneath where we're sat as well. And the number of them just shows you how many players they do have in this little facility as well, right? There's over 300 lockers here, I believe.
Yeah, I was anticipating this rec to take a little longer with where the 2-ball was located, and then the 3-9 combination seems whoever gets there, will figure it out. It's just a battle for the 1 and the 2-ball that will decide this rec.
Yeah, and it's an important rack as well, isn't it, for Johann Chua? You won't want to go 5-1 down in a race to 10.
And alternate break.
So I've got to ask you about that. Alternate break or winner breaks?
For me, I can only have a personal opinion. It doesn't mean that I would, you know, enforce it on.
No, I mean, I'm interested in your
But
opinion.
I'm a big fan of winner break, just as a player. I don't say it's fairer, I just enjoy it more. I enjoy when you, as a player, if you can get into a groove, you know, and you're breaking well and stringing racks, that also is fun to watch, in my opinion. You can argue that it's more fair if both players have equal opportunities. Just kind of, I don't know, slows the game down and seems to produce more hill matches overall, I find. But then if you if you look at matchroom events, it's all winner break, and I don't know, I think 4 out of 5 tournaments that they produce end up close to hill. It's a miracle, in my opinion.
And that comes down to how difficult the break is, right? It's almost no advantage to be breaking.
Yep. The question is, you know, the break, and I was talking to Johann in Saudi Arabia, and the break used to be a very powerful skill, you know, where you had some sort of control, and now it seems like you just kind of hit and hope.
Yeah.
You know, whatever the table gives you. So that's, you know, what do you want as a sport? Do you want somebody with skill and control to get opportunities, or just like random?
That's why I think, personally, as a spectator, I wouldn't call myself a player by any stretch of the imagination. I'm a pure Q Sports fan of every single discipline there is. Just as a viewer, I want to see, in a sport where the break is such a big part of the game, that's why I want to see equal opportunity, right to reply kind of thing, like the serve in tennis is.
Yeah,
if that
well,
makes
we
sense.
can, in some ways, we can compare ourselves to other sports, in others we shouldn't. And again, I don't know the right answer. I enjoy winner break as a player and as a spectator. It doesn't mean that, you know, that would be what the organizer should go for.
I think it's nice that there are so many different. There's 9-ball, 10-ball, 8-ball. I know you're a fan of 8-ball. You love 8-ball as well, right? Or not so much anymore?
No, I made most of my money playing 8-ball. I love it. I love the strategy, you know.
Have you tried Chinese 8-ball?
Yeah, and I think I told you I actually own a table in the Philippines. Right when the game was getting bigger, and I actually went to China a few times. I thought, it'd be a good idea to get a table. Definitely very challenging, and it's growing. They're investing a lot of money to make the game more popular worldwide.
Chance here for Carlo.
And I always thought it was a good shot. Where does the cue ball? Does he have to bridge over the 7? That would be the only. Yep. See,
What were
he's
the
like turning
chances
away
of
for a
that?
second because he knows he has another tester.
9 is pretty close to the corner though, which makes it a little bit more.
I think it's like a blessing and a curse at the same time. What we have in pool is that we have so many different disciplines that are all equally fascinating.
Oh, is he okay? I think he's just all right.
Yeah,
Can he
it's
cut
hard-
this in?
It's hard to reach, you know.
Yeah, what was you going to say?
I said it's a equal a blessing and a curse to have so many different disciplines, because I think that's what Matchroom is banking on. There should be one game. Let's make that popular, a game that everybody knows and understands and recognizes on TV.
I mean,
Because we're kind of losing us by playing all these different games, and there was a problem for many years. Even just playing 9-ball, there were like 8 different rules. How are we going to rack the balls? 1 on the spot, 9 on the spot, winner break, alternate break, magic rack. We know I could go on and on and on. That's hard to establish a brand to sell to someone that's not already involved in pool. and then we have 8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball, straight pool, one pocket, rotation and so on. It's fantastic. But
don't forget bank ball.
Bank ball, yeah.
Don't forget that one.
So I don't know. I wish.
So what
there
you're
were
saying is
studies
you
like
wish the whole world would play 9 ball and nothing else, is what you're saying.
No. I said it's a blessing and a curse. I don't know the answer. If we should only focus on one game and make sure everybody gets to know that game, and then we get the other games involved, or we diversify ourselves and cater to everybody. I don't know.
But the biggest game in the world is obviously Chinese 8 ball. Hold on 1 second, guys. We'll be back.
Huh. You muted me.
I muted myself as well. We had a little bit of a controversial decision to make.
Referees, they sometimes there's a call to be made and it's close, and mistakes happen. We're all humans.
Oh, he's beginning to run away with this now. This will be 5-1 Torsten. He's just getting the upper hand in the safety battles at the moment, isn't he? Maybe a little bit more experience.
So the question to you now is, the score is 5-1. They're playing alternate break. Would Johann have a higher chance with winner break to come back, or in this format?
Yeah, but that's a bit of a trick question because, don't forget that he's already had enough breaks to stay with Carlo Biado. He either hasn't broken well or he hasn't competed in another aspect of the game, the safety department, the kicking department, the potting department, positional wise. He hasn't competed, and I think you've got to compete on all levels, including the break.
I just also think one of the most exciting matches in the past have been where a player was down, and then because of the winner break format allowed it, I remember, I think it was the International Open of Jason Shaw. He was down, it might have been to Zhang Zundin or Ko Ping-yi, and I think he ran the last 5 racks or so to actually win the match, turn the match, and that wouldn't have happened at alternate break.
You see, my reply to that would be, you can probably count the amount of times that's happened on 2 hands, probably, in all the matches that are played.
But those are really exciting.
Of course they're really exciting. But I think it's exciting as well to see 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2. I think the tension builds in that way exactly the same. We're not going to agree on this,
do a poll. Can you do a poll?
We can do a poll. What do you think in the YouTube and Facebook chat, guys? Is Torsten right, multiple world champion, or me? Am I right?
I don't want to be right. It's just my personal opinion.
So let's have a look at some scores around the room. Mario He 3-2 down to Bernie Regulario. Beda Alouahadi, he's 4-1 up on Roman Hebler. Now you would have been playing Beda. So do you want to talk a little bit about the match last night? How did it go? I know it went hill.
Yeah, I just made too many mistakes. Hohmann is one of my best friends on tour, and unfortunately we had to play each other right first round of the knockout stage, and I wish him all the best. But I had a lead, he came back, it went back and forth, and at the end I think I had my chance. I made actually a crazy kick shot, and you can watch it on YouTube, at 9-8 against me, and then he scratched on the break. at 9-9. So I had my chance and missed position, and then I missed the back cut with inside English, and he got out. So just all on me. I take the blame. But I think I've always been a good loser.
Yeah, I think
and,
you are as
know,
well.
I'm sitting here talking to you, so could be worse.
Other matches going on as well. Wojtek Szewczyk. What do you know about Wojtek? I mean, obviously 10-ball world champion. Another product from Poland. Poland seem to be, keep producing these great players, Torsten.
Yeah, they started right around the time when I started playing pool. I remember playing Radoslav Babica, and it's nice to see him here too, after all these years. He was my my nemesis back in the juniors. We're playing the final of the Junior European Championship and had so many battles throughout the years. And that's how it all started. But the federation invested a lot into, growing these players. And, it's a good example that it takes some time. It will take a decade or a couple decades of dedication, and then you can produce world champions. So it can be inspiring. It should be inspiring to all the nations that are still beginning, like here in the Maldives. That's possible.
So let's see if we can try and concentrate on this rack just for a change. I know it won't happen, but we'll do our best to try. 3 balls down.
Did lose the cue ball slightly to the right, and then got kicked by the 9 and the 6.
Now does he play the bank here and draw into the 6 ball to hold for the 2? What would you be doing here?
I think you have a few options.
You've got 30 seconds.
I don't fancy the aggressive option. I think either trying to get the cue ball behind the 2 or the cue ball. Oh, he does call it. Okay, well, you can always try and leave the cue ball on the short rail, so in case you miss, you might leave something very difficult. Thinks he has to make something happen at 1-5 down.
Yeah, he hasn't been winning the safety exchanges so far, so maybe he's thinking, I need to go aggressive. Beautiful shot. Now, can he squeeze behind the 9 here, Torsten, with a cue ball?
He did clear it, so it should be a favor to run out.
I mean, he didn't hit that break great, did he? And yet he made 3 balls.
Well, he had a nice contact. He had a nice pop.
Yeah.
He might have not hit the right spot on the 1 ball, but he had a nice delivery of the cue. So.
Talk us through these last 4 balls.
Well, inside English was stunning it back and forth. Depending how much clearance he has for the cue, one stroke over the other could be, but he has enough clearance, I see. It's actually a shot that I fouled on a couple days ago. Yeah, the rails are not as responsive as we used to. So some shots it takes a little bit more effort, a little bit more power to get the cue ball to move.
What's causing that? Is it the actual cushions, or is it
the? It's not.
It's not the conditions.
It might be. I'm not an engineer, or it's just my observation. And then you just have to adapt. It's not. I don't say it's better or worse. It's just what it is.
John is coping well because he's 5-2 up at the moment on Jeffrey Ignacio, I should say. defending champion, looking to retain that, win himself another $32,000. That'd be nice, wouldn't it, Torsten?
Yep, and they have a wonderful trophy. If it's anything like last year, it's like one of the probably the most beautiful trophy I've ever seen.
This is beautiful. The tall white one, made out of, I guess, limestone or something like that, it looks like. I went on a lovely visit, a little tour around. We went on the back of motorbikes and done some filming around the town today. Some great places, the oldest mosque, the biggest mosque, the Ministry of Defence, the fish market, the fruit and veg market. Really is a beautiful little city, isn't it?
The only disadvantage if you win the tournament is if you win the tournament and they give you the trophy, you have to pay your prize money for excess baggage for the trophy, because that thing weighs like a ton.
Yeah. I see they're offering I've mentioned you actually a couple of times in commentary now that they're offering this first prize and set and runner up the extra 3-day night stay in the resort.
See, I misunderstood. I thought the first player out of the tournament gets the trip. That's why I lost. Not the first and second, the first one out. Should have read the
small print.
Yeah.
There's Mieszko Fortunski, you just saw in the background. He's up against Alexa Pichel and he's trailing 6-3 at the moment, the pole. Wojtek Szewczyk going very well. I think he's 8-3 up now on Dimitri Lakatos. There is the prize money we were just talking about. Torsten, how much of that did you take home? 500?
Yeah.
You can buy some duty free with that to take back home to the family and fold up. Referee Mohammed Fires, local man.
Looks like we have a safety coming up. Where's he putting the cue ball? Behind the 3 and a 9? 1 ball down?
I reckon that's a good call.
I'm trying to get the cue ball as close as possible and maybe even the 1 ball behind the 5. Ooh. Could have.
He seemed to play check side on that. Had a bit of inside left spin on that. Maybe caught the 1 ball wrong. There's certainly a lot of fans, isn't there, of this game here? They keep wandering in, don't they, as the day goes on. Aloysius Yap against Sanjin Perlevanovic. Perlevanovic, who had a great match last night, in places broke like I've never seen anyone break before. Absolutely brilliant. Made 4 balls at least twice on the break. And he's playing well tonight as well. He's 5-3 up on Aloysius Yap.
That might as well be a final.
Could very easily be, couldn't it? Aloysius was in the US Open final, of course, the one that he lost to Carlo Biado. The guy we're watching sat there. I remember that very, very well. I was watching that in Florida. I was round Drew Cleary's house. Andrew Cleary, you know Andrew?
Mm-hmm.
I was round his house playing some 9-ball with him on his table at home. Crocodiles in the backyard. Nice homemade pizza as well. Great day. The day that Carlo got the green jacket. Have you had the green jacket?
I have a green jacket, but it's for the Hall of Fame. No, I had my chance a few years ago against Gabe Owen. I lost the final, so I have a 2nd place finish. That's still like my dream tournament to win. Even more so now that Matchroom is doing it.
Is it still in you? You still think you've got a US Open in you?
Well, otherwise I wouldn't be playing. I'm realistic enough that, I'm I'm again a 1,000-to-1 outsider, as I was back when I won my world championship. But I still enjoy practicing and playing, and you know, sometimes dreams come true again.
I mean, that's very, very important what you just said, because I think one of the first thing goes is the will to practice. You know, you just don't enjoy practicing anymore. You don't mind going out and playing in the nice arenas and when there's crowds watching. It's that daily grind of getting up and walking to the pool room and doing your 8 hours or however many hours you do, all the drills.
There are many factors, I think, that produces a world champion. But if you don't do the homework, the groundwork, you know, and there's someone else that puts in more time in than you, and that will show. So yeah, that's the first. It's tough because, you know, I gotta also pay my rent, and I teach a lot, and that takes away from my ability to focus on training. But especially with these big events and the well-produced events, it motivates me more to put in the time.
Do you find when you do coaching, a lot of coaching, do you find that takes away from your own game, not just because of the time it takes that you're not practicing, but just maybe it puts other things in your mind and makes you question your own technique sometimes, maybe?
Well, yes, you're right. But first of all, you know, whatever I do, I put in 100%. So when I teach, all my energy goes in, and I'm just tired at the end of the day, you know, to then play a few hours myself if I have a long day of teaching. At the same time, as a player, you're supposed to be focusing on making the balls, right? Putting the balls in. And as a coach, all you do is kind of find the flaws in your student's game. And that kind of is tough when you would then want to play, because you become more aware of all the little technical details of how you do things instead of just kind of naturally let it happen. That really interfered with my mind a lot, and I'm still trying to combat that when I play, just, you know, let it happen. At the same time, I'm more aware of things work and the details, and, you know, maybe eventually I can turn it into an advantage.
If you could go back and give 18-year-old Torsten Hohmann the best piece of advice, knowing what you know now, having gone through every single, you know, all the different aspects of the game and the different disciplines and the practice routines, the heartache, the enjoyment, the highs, the lows, what would you tell your 18-year-old self now, or like an 18-year-old just coming into the game now looking to make a career out of pool?
It wouldn't be anything pool related, like game itself. It'd be more private, let's say, that I don't want to share. But you know, I had a good career, so I don't really regret anything.
I wasn't really talking about regrets. I was really talking about, for instance, now there's so much emphasis put on diet, on exercise, and on the mental side of the game. I mean, I was a very good snooker player when I was 14, 15, 16 years old, but I never had the right temperament. I was always too annoyed at myself and always never relaxed, and didn't know anything about deep breathing and how to focus on the right things and stay in the moment and, you know, stay in the present. Don't harp on and don't think about shots you've missed. All things now that all the young players is what a big part of their training now.
Yeah, but I mean, that goes for anybody, right? You can tell yourself always, I should eat better and sleep better and exercise more, and, you know, and stay away from distractions. And then you're human too, and that's just part of life.
You're not giving anything away, are you? I can't get it out of you. No matter how much I try, I just can't get anything out of you. You're actually quite a private person, aren't you?
I'm just a very introverted person.
Introvert, I would say. Yeah.
You know, I've had a social anxiety growing up. I don't like to be around crowds, and you know, and
is that maybe what drew you into pool more? Like it's like an insular game. You're on your own all the time.
I guess, yeah. You know, while my friends were out going to the swimming pool in the summer. I stayed alone and practiced. Had my fulfillment, and then I got my reward years later.
Who gave you the nickname Hitman?
John McDonald. Is that the name that?
Oh, an announcer.
Yeah.
He's very famous for mispronouncing Mika Imanen's name.
What did he say?
He used to introduce him as Mika Innomen.
Really?
Instead of Immonen. He used to say Innomen.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, I've just seen it on YouTube. Somebody said to go and look at it.
Well, just yesterday I was announced as Thorsten Hoffmann. I haven't found any F's in my name, but
That actually suits you, actually.
Hoffmann.
Yeah. Come on, let's get back to this game just for this, and then I'll let you go because I know you've got stuff to do.
I just actually came to watch the games. I was in my room the whole day working on a few billiard projects.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you going to tell us about them?
I
or not?
can
Oh, good.
do some PR.
Yeah, come on, let's just get this. Talk us through this rack, and then you can give yourself a little bit of.
Well, he makes the 6, then the 8, 9, 10, and rack's over.
Okay.
6-3.
Back to you. So he's going to twice across here.
It's almost, you don't want to land too short or too long. You don't want to be on the rail, but almost any angle is acceptable. Oh, he decides to stay on that side. That can bring the 10 into play, but I think he's just going to draw the cue ball around the 9.
I don't know how he plays with that finger waggling like that. But it doesn't stop him, does it? He's some player, Carlo Biado. And of course, let's not forget, reigning World 10-ball champion also. So,
Who's that? I see we have so many champions, I lose track. Who has won what?
yeah, Carlo Biado won the 10-ball, didn't he, this year in Las Vegas?
Okay, I wasn't there, so I...
Yeah. And Lee Van Corteza won the Las Vegas Open. So what are you working on? What are these billiard projects you've got going on then?
Well, it
Spill
was...
the beans, Mr. Hoffmann.
Yeah. When I was a little kid, I was introduced to a training game. I don't know if you remember, called Target Pool.
No.
No, you don't know?
No.
It was, the face of the game was Kim Davenport, and it's basically, there were 120 shots, and the book that would tell you where to place the cue ball, where to place the object ball, and then play position into a target where you can score points.
Okay.
So it starts with very simple shots, cue ball only, and it gets more complicated, more difficult. And a friend of mine in New York City, Jonathan Smith, asked me about 8 years ago, what happened to that game? Someone should resurrect it. And I actually found the originator and owner of the game, and I purchased the rights from him, formed a company, and so I'm the owner of Target Pool. And it's funny that we talk about it here, because my partner and I from San Francisco, we hired a software developer here in the Maldives last year to build an app for us for Target Pool, and we're very close to release it to the public.
Ah, so it's going to go online.
It's going to be an application you can get, and whether you have an Android or an Apple device. And
are you an Apple man, or are you a smartphone
I'm an
guy?
Apple man, always been Apple.
Okay. Sorry, carry on. I just wanted to get that in there very quickly.
Yeah, so I recorded some last voiceovers where I explain the shots, and here actually can show you.
Well, if ever you need an English voice, I know a guy.
It is in English. Yeah, no, the audience can't see it, but give you a little. I don't have the connection here. So it's a way to keep score.
Ah, okay. So what's it called? Where can people download it?
Soon everybody will see it on social media. It's called Target Pool.
Okay. Target Pool, look out for it, guys. So it's like a training aid as well?
Yes, it's just a training tool, like learning a language, learning the different shots,
And they get to hear your voice on it as well?
And you get to hear me and see me and play with me and against me, your friends.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And just learn all the shots and learn how to play position. Try to give tips on each shot, go in more depth. It's a nice little, project.
You've made me want to download it now and have a look at that. I'll be looking out for the social media launch of it. So Johann Chua, 3 behind. Race to 10 for a place in the last 16, and the last 16 will be played later on this evening, I believe. We have another round coming up tonight.
Just needs to land straight on the 6. A bit of challenge here. Got a good angle on the 5. Float over. Oh, he decides to stay on that side. Surprises me, but he knows better. Do we have any updates?
Yeah, I was just going to...
Has any match finished?
Hasn't finished yet. I was just going to update you actually on your friend Roman Hebler. He's 7-3 down at the moment to Biado Al-Wahadi. Now Biado has had a few good results recently. One of the guys that has dropped out, Youssef. You know Youssef, it was always travelling around with, the guy with the beard, with the long beard. He normally travels around with Biado.
Was he announced? Was he supposed to play?
No, I haven't seen his name anywhere, no. Ko Ping Chung in action, the reigning champion. I believe he's 8-2 up at the moment against Jeffrey Ignacio, so he's finding some form. Alexei Pachel, good player as well, is up against Mieszko Fortuński. And Alexei Pachel has taken a 6-5 lead. Well, here's maybe a little bit of a shock. Albert Wanarta from Indonesia has taken a 4-2 lead over Alex Kazakis from Greece. Alex, of course, just became a father of twin girls. He was telling me he hadn't been sleeping well. It was kind of nice to get away and get some sleep.
Yeah, I can only imagine. But I remember yesterday it was Albert who had a good match. He knocked out a good player as well. Do you remember who he was playing? So maybe not so much of a surprise.
I can find out for you, Torsten.
I just remember he had a good win. So
yeah, I think he was on the TV table as well at some stage. My eyes aren't what they used to be, unfortunately.
Hijikata.
Hijikata, that's right. Good player from Japan, right? It was right down here last night.
So Johann keeps it close.
Are you all right to stick around for a while? Are you enjoying yourself? Or you just got nothing else better to do?
What are my choices? I can do commentary with you here, or I could be outside on the beach drinking coconut juice.
What, at 8:30 at night?
Why not?
I've not seen much daylight. I've got to be up very early tomorrow because we're being taken to one of the islands at 7 a.m. in the morning. So I'm looking forward to that. Still haven't seen a beach or any water yet. But I did go and see the oldest mosque here in Maldives today. Who do we spot in the audience there? You know, look at all the Maldivians. Now this guy second from the right at the back, he's the number one here in the Maldives, I've been told.
Yeah, he had a good finish last year. Made it into the, I believe it was into the last 16 actually.
He's got a really nice motorbike as well that he let me have a go on. Your favourite is a Predator motorbike.
I saw that. I actually, I asked if I could drive around here, but I don't have an international driver license.
I had a little go on it just up and down the street here, but it's closed off, so it's a little bit private.
Oop.
Once again, dropping like flies, and look at this. Oh, where's the 3 ball though, Torsten? Now, did the 6 ruin it? I think it might be okay. Look at the 6 coming towards the 3, trying to cause a little bit of trouble. Just gets a little bit of a nudge off the 10. Referee swooping in to remove the rack.
Again, caught the one a little bit on the right side, so should be happy with the table.
Can he draw past this, or is he going to have to go into something? 3 ball does pass into the bottom left-hand corner. Can he draw off the rail?
It's hard to see from here, you know.
Have a guess.
Have a guess. I think he will clip the 10 and try to get on the right side of the 3. But then, what does the 10 do? But
he's not sure as if he can just draw past that without clipping it, as you say. He would rather not touch it if he doesn't have to. I know you pros never like to go into balls if you don't have to. You never know what's going to happen, do you? Oh, delicate little joint. He's caught it too thick, trying to gain that little bit. Now it's Biado's problem.
yeah, it was all about cue ball control.
Oh, he actually caught it too thin, didn't he?
Yeah, he overcut it.
He could have afforded to cut it, to hit it a little bit fuller even, couldn't he?
Now, how is he going to get position? Is he trying to run into the 6?
I
And
think
make something happen?
It looked like he was trying to go between the 6 and the 10 to play it into the same pocket as the 2. Let's see.
No, just caught it wrong.
I think you're right. He was trying to go into it.
So I think he's just going to send the 3 ball up table to the short rail and the cue ball behind the 10.
Mario He 7-4 down to Bernie Regulario. I mean, Mario is one of the players that everyone keeps talking about. When's he going to win one? You know, not if, but when. Just can't seem to win a big one, but he's certainly got the talent, Torsten, hasn't he? Mario He. Coping Chung, he's going great guns. He's on the hill 9-2 against Jeffrey Ignacio. On his way to a last 16 place. Could it be him the problem of the excess luggage this year and 3-night stay in Villa Park? Well, that was all in, that one.
Yeah, that looked like me last night. That can be a costly miss for him.
Yeah, it was on his break as well, wasn't it? So Carlo will be breaking in the next one. Almost certain to be 7-4 up, just 3 from the line. Aloysius Yap. Well, he's come right back against Sanjin Pelovanovic. Yap now leads 6-5. 5-3 down he was. Alex Kazakis trails 5-2 now as well. So that risky shot on the 3 is going to cost Johann Chua this rack, and who knows, maybe another one as well.
Mark, I'll have to leave you. I
hope you've got a good reason.
Nature is calling.
Okay, Torsten, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Always love your insight and your opinions on things.
It was my pleasure. I will be listening to you online when I'm in my room. I'll say thanks everybody for watching, and
Target Pool.
Target Pool. That's it.
If you're around tomorrow, are you staying around?
I'll be here.
Okay, well if you fancy it, let me know and come and sit in and we'll do some commentary. Thank you so much, mate.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Well, that was very, very insightful, wasn't it? Always good to have Torsten sit alongside me and have a little chat. Sorry if we went off topic a little bit, guys. Hope we haven't spoilt your enjoyment too much. What a legend of the game, Torsten Hohmann. I do honestly have the best job in the world. So back to the game then. Great kick shot from Johann Chua on the 1 ball. Didn't have a lot of room to play with, and it was right in the jaws of the pocket as well. Managed to get out for the 2. Also, slightly awkward cueing. It doesn't have to do anything with a cue ball to stay for the 3. Just has to be a little bit careful here. Never easy when the ball's right near the pocket to judge the pace. He's looking to come past the 5 and the 4. Leave the 4 into this bottom right hand corner. Just overhit it slightly. Now, can he just clip off the 5? Just push the 5 on to the same pocket as the 4, or is he going to draw across the face? He's drawing, so looking to play the 5 into the bottom left-hand corner as we look. Oh, he's played it into the side. Delicate little draw shot. Very, very sweetly struck, wasn't it? Biado Alawahadi has brought Roman Hebler's tournament to an end. He's won by 10 racks to 3. He will be in the draw for the last 16. Six all now, 6-6 between Alexei Pachel, Mieszko Fortuński. Aloysius Shap still 6-5 over Sanjin Perlevanovic. Dimitris Lukatos is 5-3 up on Wojtek Shevchik. Koping Chung on the hill at 9-3 against Jeffrey Ignacio, and maybe a little bit of a surprise, Bernie Regalario from the Philippines, 7-4 up on the Panda Mario He. Back to this one, Johann Chua nicely on this 9 ball, looking to reduce the gap back to 7-5. Regalario takes another one to lead 8-5 over the Panda. Koping Chung is through 10-2 against Jeffrey Ignacio from the Philippines. Aloysius Shap now 7-5 up over Sanjin Perlevanovic. Referee Mohammed Fairuz, local man, racking the balls. There he is, looking very smart in his blazer, white gloves. Plenty of fans here intrigued by this match between these two Filipino superstars. Johann Chua to break off, trailing by 2 at 7-5. Nothing doing on the break, and there's a nice starter here, or is there? I don't think it's makeable. Can he get the cue ball in behind the 2? Just push the 1 past the 2, or are they touching? It's difficult to get the 1 away from that pocket as well, if he's looking to play a safe down behind the 10. So it's just going to be a tappy little shot here. Try and get in behind the 2, and he's made it. think I saw yesterday on social media that there's no World Cup of Pool scheduled for this year anyway, maybe early next year. Just so much on the calendar, as we were talking to Torsten a little while ago, saying that it's a packed calendar now. I'm sure Johann, Chua and James Aranis would love to try and defend their title. Alexei Bachel is now 8-7 up on Mieszko Fortunski. So what does he do with the 3 ball? It does go in the right hand side pocket. But how does he get there? He's going to be playing the 2 ball into this bottom right hand corner by the looks of it. So he's just going to be stopping the cue ball more or less where the 1 is. And then has to find a way across to that 3. Now what kind of angle has he got? Can he go high left and spin the cue ball over? No point in leaving the bank on the 3 because he won't be able to get to the 4, I don't think. He's going high left, look, aiming 9 on the clock face. Watch the cue ball zip over. He's played an absolutely corking shot here. Beautifully played. Okay, he's not on it in the side, but he's on it in the corner. And the 4 will pass the 10 also. So he just has to play a little stun off the side rail here for the 4 into the same pocket. A little bit of body movement there from Biado, the black tiger, pouncing a little bit. Going around the angles here. Once again, lovely cue ball from the Filipino. And now can go short route, long route on the right. Coming in towards the angle on the 6 ball. Looks to have a really nice angle, can just stun over for the 7 into the same pocket. It's looking like 8-5 Biado. Back up the centre of the table, just left of centre. 8 to the top right. Now can he just draw straight back for the 9 into the top left? That's the plan. We have one more game to bring you tonight, guys. We're not sure who it is yet because it depends on results of these matches going on now. But with the quality here, we're guaranteed it will be a top quality match. So this 10 ball for a 3-rack lead and just 2 from the winning post. Nicely done, Sanjin Pelivanovic at the table, 7-5 down. He's on the 8 ball, 3 balls away from clawing it back to 7-6. The Panda has gone for a break. He's up against Bernie Regalario. Mario He is 8-6 down at the moment to the Filipino. There's the prize money, 32,000 US dollars to the winner, 16 runner-up. There's the little bonus prize we were talking about earlier, and I want to thank our sponsors, of course. Without them, this doesn't happen. Simona's Cloth, How Tips, Predator Cues, of course, the Asian Confederation of Billiard Sports, WPA sanctioned event. Aramith balls, and those Aramith balls are set on the Simona's Cloth. We're all ready for the Black Tiger to break them. Pretty central, 3 balls down and a shot on the 1. This is to get on the hill now for Biado. Races to 10 all the way through to the final. It was a beautifully controlled break. Now he can play this 1 ball into the top left. Play with some outside English, some right hand spin. About 5 o'clock on the clock face. Just drag this 1 ball in. A little bit straight. I think he has a slight angle on the 2. I think he'll just be stopping it, leaving himself a little bit of distance away. Yeah, drew enough to make sure he was taking the 5 out of the equation, and now can stun round 2 rails here for the 5 into the same pocket. Needs some kind of angle on this. He's okay, I think. Just a little bit of angle. Needs this to run. He did check the cue ball off the side rail with some left-hand spin. And just a little bit too much. It's Still expect him to get it. Just ask the referee for the bridge. So kind of a tricky little shot here. He's got to drag it in. Asking for the cue ball to be cleaned. He's gone for a walkabout with the bridge, look. Here's Mieszko Fortunski in the background. Up against Alexei Pachel. That one looks like it's going all the way. Mieszko Fortunski's taken an 8-7 lead over there. This is a tricky little shot here. Can catch these two thick. He's trying to hold the cue ball as well. This is a really touchy little shot. Oh, I played it beautifully. So this 8 and 10 ball to get to the hill. Referee wanting to put the bridge away. Carlo Biado wanting to get on with it. And he is on the hill. Biado 9-5 over bad koi Johann Chua. Demetrius Lukatos 8-3 up now on Wojtek Szewczyk. Albert Wanata going very, very well. He had a good win over Hijikata Hayato yesterday. He's now 7-3 up over Alex Kazakis. Beda Al-Wahadi has already beaten Roman Hebler 10-3. And Mario He 8-6 down now to Bernie Regulario. And Mario is at the table looking to make it 8-7. There's Wojtek Szewczyk breaking off and scratching on the second table down. There you see Mieszko Fortunski looking to get on the hill himself. Ko Ping Chung, defending champion, already through 10-3 against Jeffrey Ignacio. Last 16 action coming for you later on this evening. Scheduled for 8 PM. It could be a little bit later. Now then, anxiously looking to see whether the 6 has spoilt the party or not on the 1 ball. There's that 6, kept coming and coming and coming. Did it pull up in time? Johann really up against it here. Knows his next mistake could be the last. I think he's just swerving around the 6 slightly, just a little massé. Great shot. Kept him in control of the table. Mario He has pulled another one back. Now 8-7, he trails Bernie Regulario. And a nice safety to follow it up with as well. Here's Carlo in trouble. But we all know Carlo Biado, one of the best kickers in the game. Pulling the side pocket. 3 rails here. Long rail, this back rail, side rail. Well, he got a good hit on it, but he's left it. So a good chance for Johann Chua to save 1 match point. Doesn't like it. Gets back up again. If you were with us earlier, you would have seen Fedor Gorst going through 10-8 against Arya Falahati from Iran. It wasn't convincing from the Ghost, but he did enough. Deserved the win overall, I think it's fair to say. Sanjin Perlevanovic has come right back. Aloysius Yap, he's won the last 2 racks. They're now level at 7-7, and it's Sanjin at the table. Now he's going to be hard to avoid the 5 here. Could run into it and use it. Play it with some left-hand spin. Well, changed his mind again, I think. Trying to draw past it. He's not sure. He wants to go 2 rails coming into the 4, but now I think he's settled for brushing off the 5. Coming down towards the 4. He was a little bit worried about where the 5 was going to end up, but he needs to worry no more because that's worked out absolutely fine. So Carlo may have to wait 1 more rack. There's Alexia Pachel from Serbia in the background. 9-7 now goes 9-8 against Mieszko Fortunski. Big shot this for Chua. Plays it at a nice pace. Drops it in off the jaw. I've just caught a glimpse of Mohammed Sufi. He's hung around. Went out yesterday, but he's still enjoying the action. Sitting up in the stands. Roman Hebler, who just got beat, is also sitting watching his friend Mario He. They're very good friends, himself and Mario. And Sanjin Perlevanovic on a 10 ball to go 8-7 up. Broke like a monster yesterday. Yeah, got the cue through nicely there, Johann Chua. Really sweet action to watch. Playing with the Q-Tech synergy. Nicely done, saves 1 match point. 9-6 now. Carlo Biado though still in control. just joining us, welcome to the Maldives Pool-Billiard Association room here in Male, in the capital of the Maldives. We have 9 tables in here, 8 of them in use. Biado breaking off, made a ball once again. Now then, has he got a look at that one? I don't think he's got the potting angle. 5 ball, just giving it a good nudge. Well, if he hasn't got the potting angle, there's a great chance of getting in a nice safety here, just stunning behind the 7 ball. Tried to get in over behind the 9 ball, under hit it slightly. Now is this 1-2 combo on? Safety shot it is. Touchy shot. Oh, he's played a beauty, and he's cut off the obvious route. So this is a tester even for somebody of Carlo Biado's standard at kicking. This is going to take some thinking about. Good shot, Johann Chua. You've earned a sip of water, my friend. Play just been suspended, guys, for call to prayer. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay guys, we are back. Well, that certainly gave Carlo Biado a little bit more time to think about this. Had to go and return to his seat, but super tough, really good save that from Johann Chua. He's cut off so many different routes. Now I wonder, can he go in between the 8 and the rail, top rail, side rail, onto the 1 ball, or is the 6 ball in the way that way as well? He should be okay. So in between the 8 and the rail. Oh, can he miss the 3? Needs to be wary of the 5 that way. It really is an awful, awful hook. He's calling a pocket. Well, if he makes this, we'll bring the house down. Yeah, 5 was in the way. I think every ball was in the way there, no matter which way he went. It was almost impossible to get out of. So he's earned himself ball in hand from that good safety he played. Aloysius Yap has just scratched on the break, and he trails Sanjin Pelevanovic 9-7. Sanjin on the hill with ball in hand, but I don't think the 1 has a pocket. Keep you up to date with that one. Johann certainly has a pocket for the 1. Still in there battling. He's 8-8 now with Bernie Regalario, and it's Mario at the table. Dimitris Lukatus 8-4 up on Wojtek Szewczyk. Here's Ko Fortunsky also on the hill, 9-8 against Alexei Pachel. Fortunsky breaking and scratches in the side. And he made 3 balls as well. Yes, Coat. Let's give him ball in hand. Ko Ping Chung is through. He will play either Mario He or Bernie Regalario. Beda Alawahadi is waiting the winner of this one, either Johann Chua or Carlo Biado. Daniel Maciel will play Su Yuihan. Dennis Grabet will be up against Fedor Gorst. Yip Kin Ling is up against Conrad Musician. Ko Pin Yi will play Michael Perino Baranan. All those matches will be coming up a little bit later on, guys. We're still not sure who is going to be on the TV table here, but all matches, of course, are available on the Maldives Pool-Billiard Association YouTube channel. Last remaining difficult ball is the 8 ball for Chua. He needs to get on this 8. There's a little bit too much angle on the 7. Alex Kazakis fighting back. He now trails Albert Wanata 7 racks to 5. Mario He on the 7 ball, looking to get on the hill first against Bernie Regulario. Sanjin Pelovanovic is on the hill and he's on the 7 ball. Good shot there from Chua to get on the 8. Looks like it's going to be 9-7. Mario He with a big shot to play. On the 8 ball, he needs to draw full length of the table. Well, we know he's got the cue power. Sanjin Pelovanovic on the 8. He makes the 8, just the 9 and the 10 to go then for a victory over Aloysius Yap by 10 racks to 7. Nice shot from Johann Chua. He's nicely on the 10. Oh, he's gone a little bit too far actually, but it's still okay. Pelovanovic is perfect on his 10 to knock out Aloysius Yap and get his place in the last 16. And he does. He beats Aloysius Yap by 10 racks to 7. And he will play either Wojtek Szewczyk or Demetrius Lukatis, and it's looking very much like it's going to be Demetrius Lukatis. He's on the hill against Szewczyk, 9-4 up this 10 ball to save another match point. In it goes, it's 9-7. Another good break from Johann Chua, makes a ball. Wasn't the one he intended, but he made one, and he does have a clear shot at the 1 ball, and this is very makeable. Looking at maybe coming off 2 rails if he goes into the 5 ball. Will he be left on the 2? May choose to go with a little bit more pace here. Mario He now on the hill against Bernie Regulario. 9-8. Just not sure, is he? He'd love to be just a bit straighter on this so he could draw to the rail and back out, but I feel he's got to go in to the 5 and the 2 here. Maybe going to have to trust his luck slightly. Yeah, not happy. Now, could hide in behind the 5 here if he doesn't fancy going for the pot. Carlo waiting patiently on the hill, just looking for one more chance to close this match out. 7 on the side rail, looking just a little bit awkward. The only good thing is it's the same side of the table as the 6 ball, so there won't be too much work to do to get on the 7. He's going all out here. Cue ball between the 8 and the 4. Oh, he's done okay. Now we know he's capable of these big draw shots. Very sad looking. Aloysius Yap has just walked past, having been beaten. Great shot there to get on this pink 4. So key shot coming up. He needs to be just off straight on this 6 ball. So he just has to float the 5 ball in. Cue ball naturally coming towards the target. Even better, played to perfection. Now just has to make sure he leaves himself an angle on the 7 to get out for the 8, and it should be 9-8. Safety battle going on between Bernie Regulario and Mario He on the hill. Mario snookered on the 1 ball, and this is just about perfect. It seems quite some time since we saw Carlo Biado at the table. Great shot, Johann Chua. Alex Kazakis still in there fighting as well. He has 3 balls to go to win another one and come back to 7-6 against Albert Wanata from Indonesia. And we are 9-8 here. The 17th rack goes to Johann Chua. And he took these really, really well. Wasn't the easiest of outs. Had to keep hold of that cue ball. And played it very, very well. So Carlo Biado will be breaking. Grabs hold of his new Predator break cue. He kicked out and made the one ball. Oh, and his strokes are full length with the table, 2 ball in. Great chance for Mario He to close out the match. Back to this one, Biado looking to do exactly the same. Oh, look at this for a break now then. He doesn't want any balls tied up. How have they ended up? I was just a little bit worried about the 4 ball heading towards that 5. How's it finished? Are they in the open? Well, he's tied up the 9 with the 5. The good thing is the 5 is very, very close to the 4. And the 4 does pass into the bottom right-hand corner, past the 9. For also passing, of course, into the left-hand corner, past the 10. So this is a good opportunity now. 2 ball already gone. 3 ball will be following the 1. So it's all about this shot now. Does he leave himself a little bit high on the 4 to nudge into the 5? Wojtek Szewczyk has been beaten by Dimitrios Lukatos from Greece, and his friend and co-countryman Alex Kazakis 7-6 down at the table, still very much in that match. Mario He on the 9 ball, just 2 balls away from a place in the last 16. He trailed Bernie Regulario for a long time. He stuck to the task, he's come back. And Mario is perfect on this 10 ball now to close out the match and beat Bernie Regulario. Guaranteed to lose 2 Filipinos in this round. Bernie has gone, and of course one of these 2 has to go also, and he's played a beautiful shot there. The big problem he had has now been averted, and now it should be plain sailing for the Black Tiger. Johann managed to cage him for a certain amount of time, but when the lion is hungry, or the tiger's hungry in this case, he has to eat. Still a couple of shots to play. 6 to the 7 and 8 to the 9. Underdrew slightly, but he's all right. Still on this 7 ball. Just gone past 8 p.m. here in the Maldives. He's put up a good fight, Johann Chua. Came back from 6-3 down. So round 3 rows here. Carlo will be feeling very, very good inside now. Two balls away from the last 16. And he will play Biado Alawahadi in the next round. It was a great match as we thought. A good comeback from Johann Chua. But he was beaten on the night by the better player. Johann Chua is out. But Carlo Biado marches on. Thanks for watching, guys. We will be back very, very soon. We don't know the match yet. We're still waiting on some results. But one thing's for sure, we are going to be back very, very soon. I've been Mark White. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you a little bit later on. See you then.